Hi, I'm Mari. I'm a teacher trainer and a teacher at YYOGA, and this short clip is just me telling you about one of my favorite poses. I have many, but this one specifically is about Vasisthasana, which is side plank. And I love Vasisthasana because there's so many ways you can modify it. Whether you have wrist injuries or shoulder things going on, whether you're brand new or you've been practicing for years, you can make it basic and get really strong in the side of your body. You can also use it as a transition to move into other shapes and educating your side body and starting to wake up the strength of the side body and also the movement of your thoracic spine, especially as you transition from one side of the body to the other, is really potent in letting the practice be super fluid and free and feel really good. So I'll go over just a couple different variations that you can find from more basic to more complicated, and a couple ways that I like to use it as a transition pose. So for side plank, your most kind of basic variation, especially if you're dealing with shoulder injuries, is you'll come onto your forearms, into your forearm plank. You can take your left hand out, just bring your right forearm to an angle, come to the outer edge of the foot. Always option to take your left foot halfway up your mat like a kickstand, left arm up to sky. So this will be your kind of most basic, really good if you have stuff going on in your shoulders, your wrists. You'll still feel the strength through the right side body, right? If you want a little more intensity, right? Noticing if we let things sink, how no longer are you using the strength of your side body. So you gotta press down into the floor, hug your hips in from all sides, and use the strength of the right side to lift the hips up. If you're feeling like you want a little bit more, from downward facing dog, and bring the feet together, and again, high plank. Right hand comes a little bit forward and towards the midline, and again, roll over onto the outer edge of the right foot, left arm stretch up. Now, if this feels like too much, again, left foot halfway up your mat like a kickstand, a little bit more support. If that's still too much for you, you can bring your right knee to the floor and find the most supported variation, right? Right knee down, left arm up. A little bit less weight on the hands and on the legs. For those of you that feel like you're pretty stable here and you want to play with lifting one leg, right, you can keep this hip square, the navel square to the side, and just work on lifting, working a little more outer hips and side body. You can also find a little bit more connection to the sole of your right foot on the floor, and from there start to work a little bit deeper opening, which can bring you into tree pose or into half lotus, right, or even into the more full variation, left leg up, opening up there. So lots of variations that you can find with that. Lastly, Vasisthasana as a transition, or as you've commonly seen in a lot of power flow classes, wild thing. Wild thing is essentially kind of an extension of Vasisthasana if you're doing it properly, and you'll really feel the support of the shoulder girdle and the strength of the legs. So from down dog, right, you can use Vashi as kind of a core strengthening, using the right side of the body here to find it here, and then working the transition to the other side, again working the strength of the legs so that you're not putting all the weight on the shoulders, right? Keeping a little micro bend in the elbow, maybe working the strength there, right? If you want to bring it into wild thing, I'll show you on the other side so that you're not looking at my butt. Bending into the legs. So I find the key for Vasisthasana is using the legs, right? If you're trying to do it here, you're gonna feel super rigid and unstable. So bringing some bend into the knees, rooting as much of the foot as you can, so you can really work the strength of the side body and the leg to lift the hip. If you're wanting to find wild thing, you just really lightly place the foot on the floor, lift the hips up, and open the heart. Maybe even from here, using this to come back into maybe your standing poses. So lots of ways that you can make Vasisthasana super accessible and simple, or super playful and fun. So it's one of my favorites.